welcome back to Israel in Style. I'm your host, Emmanuel Kadosh, and I'm here to update you guys on anything and everything related to Israeli fashion, culture, lifestyle, and so much more. We like to mix it up with a little musician here, fashion designer there, but on today's episode, we have something and someone very, very special. So let's get started. First up in the studio is someone extremely special to me. She's one of those people that walks into a room and you immediately feel her positive energy. Not to mention, she's beyond talented in everything she does. She began her own handbag line that will simply blow you away. And the funny part is, she's my best friend. So, say hello to the designer and founder of Maldini, Maya Ben Harosh.
Hi,
baby love.
So many compliments.
I know, right?
Wow,
People always tell me that the intros that I give them, it's like I wish that somebody would walk around and introduce me like that every time I walk in.
Take you everywhere with me. I already do.
You do. She does. But why don't we get a little serious and talk Maldini talk.
Maldini.
Tell me about the company and how you got started with designing handbags.
Okay, so yeah, Maldini right now is a brand for handbags. And how I got started, wow, I don't know, I've always loved fashion. Well, first of all, I study art history, so I'm very much into the whole world of aesthetics and art and things like that. It is a little different, but yeah, I don't know. So I've always wanted to do something with it. I love handbags. You know very well that
she is. She's a professional handbag collector, you could say.
Collector, that's a nice word
Shopper.
for it.
Yeah.
Spend too much money.
So you love. I know this. You have a passion for handbags. You've always really wanted to get involved in it, but you never. You said you studied art history, so you never really studied fashion designing. So how do the two combine?
Exactly. So it's very different, but very similar at the same time. I just wanted to do something. I've always wanted to be my own boss, to do something that I love, that I'm passionate about. So I found these fabrics, actually, and I said I have to do something with them. I found them at this really cute boutique fabric shop where they mostly do like cushions and couches, furniture,
because this isn't like typical handbag material, you know?
Yeah. This is very quality fabric, very thick, very nice fabrics. So I wanted to do something with them. I've always wanted to.
You felt it, like you walked into the store and you were like, wait, these fabrics can be something could be done with these fabrics.
Exactly. So first I bought pillows. I made pillows out of them, which is what everyone does there at the shop. But then I was like, no, I need something more me. I want to. Anyways, so yeah, I started making handbags. I started with very like simple ones, like
clutches, like simple clutches. It's not really, you know, there's no.
Exactly. That one is a little smaller one. You can put in your bigger bags. This one is more for evening. They're definitely more evening bags, a little more chic, elevate a nice look, an evening dinner look, something like that.
So you were saying like you walked into the fabric store, but you don't have a background in design. So how did that come about? What is the process like? So you get the fabrics. And then what?
Yeah. So that was definitely a trial and error process. I was learning as I did it, for sure. So I started just buying a couple meters of a couple different fabrics I liked. And then that all I did in south of Tel Aviv, on Nachlat Benjamin. I walked around there and started asking around. So like random seamstresses. I walked in, I was like, would you make a bag for me if I gave you fabric? They were all like, no, sorry, not interested. I walked around like door by door asking all these seamstresses. No one was interested until one person told me, go to this guy, number this and this on Nachlat Benjamin. I went and I said, listen, I heard you're the best. I heard that you're going to do it for me.
And that's the guy you've been with so far.
And that's the guy I've been with ever since, and he's incredible. And together we learned, because he's also not
a handbag designer or anything like that.
He's definitely an artist, I would say. He's incredible at what he does. We learned together. So the first bags were not as nice as the bags that I make today, but yeah, it's a work in process.
The bags that she makes today, she literally has gained success in the past month. Like, you started this handbag collection about a month ago, something like that, right?
A couple months ago. It's been a couple months. It went by really quick for you.
I guess it really did. Wow, that's nuts.
No, it's been a couple months, but yeah, just as soon as I got them done, I already wanted to, like, go and do something.
Start selling, marketing. See this photo shoot that you did. It's like you had an aesthetic when you were coming into this. You wanted it to be very clean and very chic and like, you know, kind of like evening where you could go out and just throw something fun on it.
Exactly. That was definitely the look I was going for. Definitely evening style, going out. That's the things I like to do. That's the way I like to dress. I always like being a little fancy.
Right.
And also I feel like I'm always wearing black or all neutral colors.
Right.
So that's why I like to give like a nice pop with our bags. With my bags.
Our bags.
Ours. Teamwork, for sure.
And so where do you get a lot of your inspiration from other than me?
You're definitely up there, for sure. if it's not like a lot of fashion brands
Right.
that I'm always scrolling through Instagram and through websites and bloggers and things like that, always looking for new brands to get inspired by. Then also just being in the stores, in the fabric stores.
Right.
I spend a lot of mornings, I'm sure you've heard me say, like before school or work or things like that, I wake up in the morning and go running around like south of Tel Aviv. There's areas that are just for like chains. There's areas just for zippers, just for fabrics. Just, it's so crazy. So I walk around like searching.
Isn't
like
that
for
overwhelming?
It's so overwhelming because then you see like an array of different zippers and you're like, which one do I choose? Oh
Which
my
one
God.
is every single person going to love?
Oh
like,
my
you
gosh,
don't know.
It's so crazy. Yeah, so it's a lot, but it's also so fun. And then you
Right.
get inspired and you say, oh, I'll put this with that, and then with
That
this
was
fabric.
the last one. Pass me this one.
Yeah.
This was my favorite. I mean, I literally say this about every new bag that she gets, but when
Yeah,
you
every
walked
time I
in,
come home, you're like, wait, that's my
yeah,
new
when you
favorite.
walked in, you were like, I saw these and then thought about making a bag. So it's like, how does that work out?
Yeah.
You know, so you found first this and then you had to build a bag on top of it.
Yeah, so I went in like looking for chains for this bag.
Right.
And then I found those hoops and I was like, okay.
What are we
my
doing with
seamstress
this?
Right after I got those and I was like, listen, we're making something new.
We're figuring this
yeah.
out.
Yeah, and then we sit there and make samples with like random fabrics that aren't gonna really be the ones, and then until it gets better and better, and then we're ready to use the real fabric,
Right.
and then we create the actual bag.
And so what are some obstacles that you faced, you know, whether it's trying to think of new concepts and, you know, trying to be unique and special, like what are some difficulties that you faced creating your own brand?
Yeah, so
From
that's
scratch with no experience.
zero experience. I don't study business, anything like that. This is not my world. So the easy part is the creative part, the creating the
okay.
bags. That part for me is actually the most fun because playing with fabrics, playing with designs, that's exciting. The hard part is definitely like all the social media because
Yeah.
hello 2019, that's all we're doing now. And that's my least favorite part of it is sitting on Instagram and, you know, trying to get exposure and things like that. So that's definitely hard, but
We're
you know,
getting there.
yeah, every obstacle is a challenge that we got to overcome.
Of
so
course.
I'm getting there for sure. But
Of
yeah,
course.
that's definitely one
So
of the
right now
hardest.
you're selling just in Israel, but you are planning on expanding worldwide shipping and the
Yes.
opportunity to do that, right?
Yes.
So where can people find you other than your Instagram account?
Yeah, so first of all is Instagram and the website that I've made
Of
for it.
course, which by
And-
the way, she made by herself. So it's like in addition to doing this with no experience in business, no experience in marketing, no nothing, you're doing
Ooh.
all of this by yourself.
Yeah.
You were gonna finish your sentence. Where else can we find you?
Yes, soon, very soon, look forward to seeing us at the Dizengoff Center.
Yes.
I will be selling there at the, there's a designer's
Yeah,
boutique over
yeah.
there. Yeah, so I'm going to be joining that very soon.
And then the website and the Instagram, and
That's
of course,
always.
personal orders, you know, if
Yeah,
anybody.
of course,
This
DM
one's my
me.
favorite one, so I'm very biased.
So cute.
But there's also such amazing ones.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you said that the fabric isn't like even meant to be for handbags. It's supposed to just be, you know,
Yeah.
for cushions or whatever it is. So
furniture.
it's amazing, and I love that even more.
Yeah.
So Juju, Maya Ben Harosh, thank you so much for coming in, and I'm sure everyone's going to be, if they're not already, obsessed with Maldini just like I
Thank
am.
you for having
So
me.
Thank you, babe.
Thanks, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, you guys obviously fell in love with Maya, right? So make sure you go to her Instagram page right now, give her a follow, then check out the Maldini website to get your own Maldini original. Plastic Free Israel is a grassroots movement surrounding the idea that every single one of us has the ability to make a difference and improve our environment in one way or another. Plastic pollution is harming our planet at a rate that you can't even wrap your head around, and that's why I'm here right now with Ariel Shea from Plastic Free Israel to hear how we can help. Hi, Ariel. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Well, first of all, tell me a little bit about, you know, the Plastic Free Israel grassroots movement and why it really got started.
Sure. So Plastic Free Israel is a grassroots movement that was started very organically by a friend of mine, Stav. She got to Israel about 11 months ago. She saw that there wasn't really a movement focusing on ocean pollution and beach cleanups and general plastic problem. So she started a Facebook event and she said, I'm going to clean the beach. She wants to come. And within 11 months, we've got over 6,000 people.
Wow.
So it grew really fast.
Unexpectedly, I'm sure.
Unexpectedly, but once you start talking to people, you realize it's something that people have been thinking about for a long time.
Right.
It's in the news all the time. And it kind of just took one person taking initiative and saying, all right, why don't we do this together? A lot of people care about it. A lot of people are doing it on their own. So why don't we just come as a group and have fun? And it's grown into a really big movement. We've got campaigns going on now
Wow.
to focus on eliminating, or not eliminating, reducing the number of coffee cups used every day and disposed of. And we're, I don't know if it's within the last year because I have only been in the movement about a year, but there's a lot of e-commerce stores popping up that are importing different alternatives to plastic. So within even the time that I've been living in Israel, there's so many new plastic-free alternatives that you can buy here that can just reduce your own waste.
Is that part of the movement? Are you guys going to start, offering merchandise and things like that, like whether it's non-plastic straws or, reusable cups and things like that? Or are you guys strictly, focusing on the cleanup and just trying to get the message across?
We see ourselves as there's a big network in Israel of now plastic-free groups. There's new groups popping up in Eilat. There's hopefully going to be plastic-free Jerusalem.
Right.
There's Zero Waste Jerusalem. There's Zero Waste Israel. So we see ourselves as more of an educational group and also kind of a network. So all the groups have been really great at collaborating. We have joint events. We promote each other all the time online. So our thing is very much about education with a little bit of an outreach also. So we've been partnering with coffee shops because, again, we can form a network of coffee shops that are allowing people to bring in reusable cups and also giving a discount as a little positive reinforcement. So if you bring a reusable cup to one of our coffee shops, you'll get 1 or 2 shekel off, and also probably like a smile, and you'll have a good connection with your barista.
And you'll feel better about it. I think a lot of people are very, maybe even unaware, you could say. I don't know how many are really unaware or oblivious at this point. And so even just that good feeling, people always talk about mitzvahs and things like that, where you can kind of just give back to the environment or give back to the society and somehow. And so, if this is an opportunity to do so, I think people would definitely take it. What can you tell us really about the plastic pollution here in Israel, specifically around the world? Tell me about
data in Israel is very hard to get to. We've worked with, there's a great researcher, Galia Pasternak, who's been working in Haifa, and we've contributed a little bit of data in doing, looking at what garbage we're actually collecting from the beach and seeing what the main issues here are, which are generally cigarette butts, which have plastic filters and are not completely compostable. So they actually are very harmful in the water. And also wet wipes, which I did not know was a problem until I got here. But
the cigarettes I can definitely understand. You know what I mean?
Everyone,
you see, we live here. We see people
come out of a
cigarettes.
car.
Exactly. Wow. So that's one of the main things that you guys find.
Cigarette butts are actually the number one, I believe, the number one polluter of the oceans after fishing nets. That's the number one most found object. And if you just look around, how many cigarette butts do you see on the street every day? It's a lot.
That makes me almost cry, really. Wow, that's insane. And you know how, what the littlest thing, just keeping them in a plastic cup, see?
But even that, at least collecting them and having them at least end up outside of the water.
Wow. Do you know anything about the recycling here in Israel?
A lot of it is you need a recycling economy.
Right.
So for you to recycle something, you end up with a raw material. And you need someone to be able to buy that raw material. And how often do you see a product in stores here that's made out of recycled plastic bottles or recycled milk bottles? You just don't see them. No. And virgin plastic here is really cheap. There's a lot of plastic manufacturers, and we're supporting them. So
what would you say, what would Plastic Free Israel say to somebody like me who's very interested in helping out and very interested, in getting involved and even just spreading awareness? What can we do, just a few basic things that could change it?
So the first thing we say is refuse single-use plastic. If it's something that you don't need, if it's a straw in your water cup or a straw in your Diet Coke,
drink it out of the bottle, drink it out of the cup,
then you can just say, I don't need that, and after that we say you can reduce the waste that you do take. So say you want to buy something and there's no way to avoid waste. It's going to come in either a plastic bag or a glass bottle or whatever. So choose the most sustainable, which is either glass or a bigger plastic bag, because at least then, instead of buying 2 small bags, you're getting 1 big bag. So start to think about reducing your waste. And then you can get into, reusing things more than once. If you can fix something, repair it. But we see recycling as really the last option, because there's no guarantee that it's going to end up being recycled or wind up being recycled more than once, because it loses a lot of its quality. So
you're saying try to avoid it as much as possible. The wasteful one, at the end of the day,
there's no way to avoid plastic. At the end of the day, it's in our lives.
Yeah.
It's in our contact lenses. It's in things that we can't get outside of plastic.
It's in the containers that we hold the things that aren't with plastic. Those are the containers. And so, what are you guys doing next? Where's your next cleanup, next movement? What are we doing?
Our next cleanup is this Friday in Jaffa.
Okay.
It's going to be really fun. And we are also going to have a raffle, so we're going to be giving away different plastic things, like nut butter from Rusty's Nuts, which is fantastic.
I love Rusty's.
Yeah,
my favorite.
A surf lesson from Aloha Surf, and a shampoo bar, which are amazing if you've never tried a shampoo bar.
I have never tried a shampoo bar. I'm so intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you later about that because I'm very interested in that.
Amazing.
So basically,
continue.
Continue.
We're also going to have a launch for our coffee cup campaign, which is February 16th. And then we're going to get a bunch of different plastic-free retailers to come in and be selling alternatives.
You're saying all of these things, and I keep thinking of why would people say no? You know, why would people refuse to cooperate with you guys or collaborate or sponsor or whatever it is that they can help out? You know, why? There's no reason. So I'm sure people are going to see this interview, hopefully reach out to you guys to try to collaborate, whether it's more coffee shops, whether it's more people to come help with the cleanup or just get some more information. So where can people find you guys? How can they get in contact?
We now have a website, plasticfreeisrael.com. Otherwise, we're very active in Facebook and Instagram, Plastic Free Israel.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ariel.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I'm definitely going to try to see if I can come help you guys on Friday, and if not, I'll see you the next time. Thank you. Make sure to check out the Plastic Free Israel Facebook page to see how you can get involved and, of course, make a difference in our beautiful environment. Every single one of us can help, even a little bit. Other than fashion and, well, food, my next love is music. When people ask you the question, what type of music do you like? My cliche response is I love all type of music. My next guest is an extremely talented musician that you simply must hear about. Welcome, Nadav Yaish.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm very excited. We've been planning this meeting for so long.
About a month.
Yeah, about a month. I want to hear about you and how you got started with music.
So basically, I always loved music, but we can say that around the age of 16, I saw that I have a connection between creativity and writing.
Right.
And I saw that it's easier for me to express my emotions on paper. So I started to write, but as you all know, at the age of 18, we are all going to the army.
Right.
I put the music aside and decided that I went to the army.
Right.
I drafted into a combat
unit?
Combat unit. I was a combat soldier, and we don't have much time.
I was going to say, so the writing and the music kind of took the back seat for a little bit, for 3 years. Yeah.
So I ended up in the army for 6 years.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Okay.
Like, he extended his art. You have 3 mandatory years, and this guy extended it for another 3 years. Got it. So you're really giving back to Israel.
So after the 6 years, I thought to myself that it's time to be true to myself.
Definitely.
It's time to do what I love, and it's music. So I started to record my album, my first album, 2 years ago, and I just released it.
You've been working on this album for 2 years, and you just released it.
For 1.5, yeah.
Wow, amazing. And so tell me a little bit about the album. What's the concept, the message?
So the message is to think of our world, to our love, and the things that we are afraid from, everything, just emotional.
Right.
Emotions.
And so you said, do you have like a single that you're really passionate about, really focused on, that you could tell us a little bit about, maybe the lyrics?
So Louis is one of my favorite songs that we made a clip for the songs, for this song. And one of my greatest friends, Achia Levi, came and showed up in this clip.
Right.
The story is about a guy that I met in the army, just not from our side, from their side. And he just told me that he don't know why he's doing what he's doing. Yeah. And I just went back home and thought about it a lot. And we're all human, and just wrote a new way for him in life.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so insane. So you're saying that you were in the army at the time, and you met somebody, whether it's true or not true, this is the song, that you met somebody that was on the other side, and he didn't even understand why he was fighting you. I mean, you could look at it both ways. You know, you guys must enlist in the Israeli army, whether you understand it, believe in it, want to, don't want to. It's mandatory. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are on the other side of us, and they don't even know why they're against us.
And I think that the media sometimes we over
dramatize things. Yeah.
And we just want to hate each other instead of understand and love each other. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really emotional. I was about to speak Hebrew, and then I realized we're speaking English now. Okay, okay, that's great. What's the name of the song you said?
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, how would you describe your genre of music?
I think it's rock, but with Middle Eastern vibes or influence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and you sing just in Hebrew, right?
Just in Hebrew.
And so, are you writing all of the lyrics to the music and the music itself, or are you working with producers?
So, yeah, I write and compose my own songs.
Wow.
But I work with amazing team.
Right.
With very talented people. One of my best friends is doing the editing. His name is Matan Vardi. The producer is Adi Rotem. And I think I have a lot of inspirations, a lot of great bands. We all know them, such as Pink Floyd and the Beatles, Guns N' Roses.
Wow, you're old school,
Barry
buddy.
Sakharov, yeah.
Yeah.
Dudu Tassa, Evetar Banai, Shalom Chanoch, Ehud Banai. It's like Hebrew, and worldwide.
Wow, that's so interesting.
So
like the international,
together,
the international classics, and then the Israeli classics, you could say, just like merged into you. That's so interesting. So when can we? It's crazy to even ask, but when can we expect you to even start working on your next album? Have you already?
I always keep creating, but there's enough time to do that. And now my main focus is promoting this one. A lot of shows that we're having. So,
wow, amazing. And so how can people find your music, get in touch with you, go to your shows?
So, as I said, I just released my first album. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, YouTube.
They look up your name?
Yeah, my name. Follow the Instagram and Facebook. And you can see the upcoming shows.
Amazing. Wow, thank you so much, Nadav.
Thank you for having
me. I'm so excited to go check out, see maybe if there's a show I'll definitely come to. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Everyone, go check out Nadav's page. You can find him on YouTube to see the full music video, and trust me, you're going to want to follow along to see what Nadav is up to next. That's unfortunately all the time we have left of today's episode. Make sure to go give us a like on our Facebook page and under ILTV, and you can see any missed episodes of the show on our website, iltv.tv. Have a fabulous week, everyone.